getting these shocks tested on the dyno. Just got them warmed up. About to test them, see how they come up. Just going to calibrate them and things. Just want to go over springs. Okay. So this customer here sent the shocks in to get freshened up, checked, recalibrated, rebaselined, going from a big tire setup to a small tire setup. I checked his springs for him, didn't check them on the dyno, I just checked them with a tape measure. That's what I recommend all guys to do to check their springs at home, right? When you're down for the winter, take the shocks off, do a quick hand dyno, make sure everything feels right. Don't be concerned if the shocks don't lock up by hand, because not all valving locks up by hand. Just depends on the valving. Always get with your shock guy and ask them if it's supposed to or not. But anywho, there's that, and then you check your springs. And the way I do at-home tests for checking springs, and how I test most of my springs before I even check them on the dyno, is you measure them at full extension off of the shocks. Okay, let's say you have a 14-inch spring and for some reason it's measuring 13 7/8. When it's measuring 13 7/8, or if it's sitting there cockeyed or whatever, it's a good indication that your springs are on their way out and it's due to change them. Okay, normal drag racing applications, I recommend changing springs every other season. When we are dealing with applications where we're trying to get maximum stored energy out of a set of springs, whether it's the front end of a no-prep street race car that we've got long travel in to try to fling the front end up, I recommend changing those every season. On the rear of a radial tire car where we're trying to fling the ass end up, I recommend changing those every season, okay? Anything that we're compressing the springs between 40 and 50%, you need to change them much more often, okay? At least whenever you're getting your shocks rebuilt. All shocks do is control the spring. If the spring is dead, the shock has nothing to control, or it can't control it as well, right? What happens a lot of times is folks will think that there's something wrong with their shocks. We'll get them tested. They'll send them without the springs because they're trying to save money on shipping. We'll test the shocks and the shocks test fine, and then we get told that we're full of shit, right? When in reality, it could be just something as simple as their springs are out. Think of when you've got one too many passes on a set of tires. Your car becomes very inconsistent, then you put on a new set of tires and you get your 60 foot back. Everything's working fine as long as you didn't go changing the whole world chasing a bad tire. It's the same thing with your springs, guys. If you've got bad springs, it's going to cause inconsistencies in your car, right? These aren't everyday daily drivers with heavy spring rates that we're only compressing 20 to 30%. These are vehicles that we're maximizing everything in it, right? We're trying to go as quick as we can within an eighth of a mile or a quarter of a mile, and we're overworking every component of that chassis, of that engine combination, of everything. And your springs we're also overworking. So, like I said, just keep in mind you need to replace your springs every so often, at least every rebuild. But again, my usual recommendations every other season, okay? This customer here, he was like, man, I only got 100 passes on the car, but the car's been sitting there since 2023 with the springs installed. Time under tension is what kills springs, not passes. Keep that in mind. Passes are the least of my concern for the springs and the shocks. In an eighth mile to a quarter of a mile, the shocks ain't really seeing much heat and things because it's such a quick pass, right? What kills shocks is usually hauling in the trailer. So I'm going to reiterate to all my guys that say that I don't reiterate these things. Loosen your shocks up before you haul it in the trailer. Use a set of chassis stabilizers. There's a company out there that started making them again. Y'all have no excuse. Get some chassis stabilizers. Haul the car with chassis stabilizer or swap your shocks out, okay? You're spending gobs of money on your shocks. Take care of them. Take care of your springs. Take care of your race program. Take care of everything, guys. Anywho, rant over. Hope y'all enjoyed this quick little video. Now that I'm secluded in my own little shop and have no one to talk to anymore, I'll probably just talk to you guys on social media. So I'll be trying to post little videos like this, okay? I'm still in the process of moving. Don't judge. Got the saw there because I've been doing all kinds of weird shit. But in the process of trying to get everything set up here while still knocking out shocks for my customers. If y'all have any questions, feel free to text me or call me at 361-960-7675. Remember, through the end of June, to celebrate me moving into this little shop, I am offering 10% off of my custom valved AFCOs. I call them my Hook Series shocks, and also offering 10% off of my AFCO shock services. Whether it's just a basic rebuild or a rebuild and custom valve, you can get 10% off. I know that's not much, guys, but something's better than nothing. So, yeah, reach out if y'all need anything. Thank you very much if you stayed till the end of this video. Bye.